Good evening, good morning, good day to all that's joining in today's webinar. Welcome to AFT Quantum Healing webinar for the year 2018. This is going to be our last webinar for this year. We launch AFT Quantum Healing this year, February this year, and so far we've been spreading our wings wide across the whole world, sharing this technology, sharing the products, the benefits of AFT Quantum Healing to the world, and also witnessing the results that's happening all around the world. It's definitely amazing to see the power of this technology and this results that's happening. So welcome once again from people from all over the world for joining us in today's webinar. Together with me, I have two other co-hosts. By the way, my name is Arun Khema. It's my pleasure to connect with you through this webinar series.
This is Adnan. Welcome, all of you.
Adnan, and we also have Chokri Hassan from Dubai who's joining in.
This is Chokri. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, great. So we have everyone, and thank you for joining us in today's webinar. It's going to be an exciting webinar. Before I start the webinar, let me share some of the disclaimer that the product and the healing techniques discussed in this presentation are alternative and complementary in nature. Neither energy healing nor any of this information, techniques, or services offered is a substitute for your medical or psychological diagnosis and treatment by a licensed healthcare professional. So take this as an information. If I suggest that you're listening to audio, kindly turn on the video, kindly look at the slides because sure translates thousands of words. So try to look at the visuals so it will help you understand today's topic much better. This particular webinar, we're going to cover some of the major topics on energetic wellness and genetic healing potentials. We're going to cover on the AFT quantum healing science, about the techniques, and also we're going to answer a lot of questions and much more. Let it be very interactive. So along the way, if you have any questions, concerns regarding today's topic, feel free to type it on the chat box so that we are able to address and make this a very, very highly interactive webinar. Before we start the program, I'll start with this quote. This quote says that if you want to uncover the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's what Nikola Tesla said. If you want to uncover life on this earth, this planet, and every living organism is created within this universe of nature. And so in order to uncover the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And today's topic on AFT Quantum Healing, that's exactly what we're going to cover on. That's exactly what we're going to tap on so that your understanding and our understanding can expand to a much higher level. We human beings are a bundle of condensed energy. Our sight is energy, our sound is energy, our actions is energy, our feelings are energy. Everything within and around is energy. How is it so? Let's take a human body. If you were to break down the body, you have organs. Break the organs, you have tissues. Break the tissues, you have cells. Break the cells, you have molecules. You break the molecules, you have atoms. You break the atoms, you have electrons, protons, and neutrons. So we are made up of 70 trillion cells. So if you're looking at the whole entire system, our entire body, we are made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. We are made up of atoms. We are made up of molecules. We are made up of cells. And that is what we translate as an energetic being, that we are made up of a bundle of condensed energy. So if you look at our cells, 70 trillion cells, or between 70 trillion cells to 100 trillion cells, our good healthy cells are supposed to emit between 70 to 90 millivolts. At an average, if you're an adult above the age of 40 or 45, our cellular emission is only between 45 to 55 millivolts. So basically, we're operating at 50% of our energy power. Imagine that, all right? Only 50%. That's the energy level that is currently. And that is one reason why there's so much of complications that's happening. So let's look at the energetic wellness. That we are a bundle of condensed energy. And our energy encompasses a spiritual energy, physical energy, mental energy, and emotional energy, energy of all dimensions. And our energetic wellness, meaning to say the way we think, the way we handle situation, the way we indulge on our actions, whether it's emotional, physical, or even mental, cognitive powers and so on, depending on our energetic wellness. And our energetic wellness is directly related to the level of our nutrition and also the level of our environment, our lifestyles. So these are the one that actually encompasses or dictates our energetic wellness. In fact, who you are as a bundle of condensed energy is based on your beliefs and values, your past experience, your learnings, your traumas, your subconscious programming, your innate intelligence, your energetic dimensions dictates or translates your physical ability. Your ability to handle problems, your ability to think, to create, and so on. So if you're able to expand your energetic dimensions, your ability to do more expands too. And that's the whole reality of today's subject of understanding energetic wellness and applying it in AFT Quantum Healing. So one common questions I come across all over the world every time I come across is, I having this medical problem, that medical problem, disorders, and that disorders. Two common questions I come across is one, how can I heal this or cure this particular problem? And two is, why do I have such a problem? All issues you have today, it starts at the level of imbalances, start at the level of imbalances. It could be a mineral deficiency that causes the imbalances. For example, too much salt could make a lot of issues create an imbalances in your system. Too much sugar can create a lot of imbalances. Having a vitamin deficiency can cause an imbalances. Having a mineral deficiency can cause an imbalances. All right, so these imbalances over time become discomfort. Discomforts are basically signals from your body that something is wrong, and so your body started to create some symptoms. These discomforts eventually become disorders. Disorders in your system, your organ system, or a particular organ itself, and that eventually results into diseases. So imbalances create discomfort, discomfort translates to disorders, and disorders eventually results in diseases. So the three major causes of imbalances, is lack of energy in the body, energetic blockages, and energetic conflicts. So imagine a tree. Okay, imagine a tree. Tree have a lot of branches. So imagine these branches are different diseases, different disorders. It could be degenerative diseases, or it could be a mental issue, or it could be a physical issue, or it could be emotional disorders, and so on. These are just the branches of the tree. The tree is grown from the roots. So the core root cause of these issues are lack of energy, energy blockages, and energetic conflicts or energetic disturbances that actually cause this issue. So far I covered on energetic wellness. So far I covered on the energetic wellness, covered on the human as an energetic being and how disorders are created within our system, starting at the level of imbalances and so on. So if you have any questions, you can ask. This would be a right time to ask them questions. If not, I can continue. So is there any questions? What about you guys? Do you have anything to add on?
Right now, I think everything is clear. So we may go on, please.
Okay, good. So let's look at our innate intelligence. Let's look at the healing powers we have. In fact, we have the healing powers within us, and I'm going to explain to you why we have the healing powers within us. I'm sure you have come across an experience of a paper cut in your hand or in your leg, or some physical injuries that you have come across, and I'm sure you have witnessed those injuries especially during your childhood years and so on, eventually disappears. So that disappearance happened because, of course, the medication that you apply and so on. And it's also your body's ability to heal. The body always correct, and the body always bring back to what we call homeostasis condition. Homeostasis is an optimum state of balance. Our body, our cells have been programmed, genetically have been programmed to understand what is its optimum state of performance, optimum state of balance. So our energetic system is constantly correcting and balancing to the homeostasis condition, Now, let me give you some explanation on this, why our body has the innate ability to heal. Suppose you are on an environment that is extremely cold, extremely cold. So what happens is your biofield that is covering your body, biofield senses the coldness in the environment, and what it does, it closes all the pores in your skin. It closes the pores in your skin and increases your body's metabolism, increases basically your ATP, adds more heat to your body so that your body is able to maintain a proper temperature for optimum balance to happen. And that's how your body regulates, just like a thermostat. Likewise, if you're in an extreme heated environment, what happens is your body senses the change or the temperature differences in the environment and open up your pores to regulate the flow. So again, your temperature in your body is maintained. So that's what we say our body has the ability to find the homeostasis. Why? Because our body or your body is a holographic projection of your consciousness. Your body is a holographic projection of your consciousness. Very simple explanation for this in the quantum physics of quantum theory is that close your eyes and imagine squeezing a juicy lemon onto your mouth. Close your eyes and imagine squeezing a juicy lemon into your mouth. And when you do that, your mouth starts to salivate. So your mouth is salivating at a physical level just by a mental picture that happens at your mental level. And of course, you add in a little bit of emotions that actually translates the physical behavior. And this is what we meant by your body is a holographic projection of your consciousness. That whatever you're consciously aware of, your body is able to connect to that and project to that. Because your thoughts determine your reality. Your thoughts, the translation of your world, your perception is your reality. That's because particles at a quantum level behaved at the level of the observers. There's a lot of particular research done on quantum theory itself where they realize that particles, the atom particles or the subatomic particles, behave to the level of the observer. So if the observer observes the particles to be on the left, it reflects on the left. If the observer relates the particles to the right, it reflects to the right. So the particles behave at a quantum level at the level of the observers. And these are evident to prove about the healing powers we have when we are able to put our focus and consciousness to that. Now, to third further on the healing powers, let me share with you that every second, the cells in our body are endlessly working to bring us back to the natural state of homeostasis. Each cell is dynamic in nature and constantly adjusts its processes to maintain balance within the body. The cell is an amazing ability to heal them and make new cells to replace those who have been permanently damaged or destroyed. In fact, there are three major functions of our cell: intake of nutrients, elimination of waste, and reproduction of new cells. So that itself confirms that our human body or all living beings have an ability to heal by itself. Let me give you further the healing powers that we have, and the amazing healing powers that we have. Do you know that you are not the same every year? I mean, thank God it's going to be end of the year now for 2018. So you actually have a new body. Your whole entire system is new in less than 365 days. Your brain, the cells in the brain, your whole entire brain changes. The new cells are created every year. Your bones, your entire skeletal system is rejuvenated every 3 months. Your blood is rejuvenated every 4 months. Your liver is 6 months. Your entire skin is 1 month. Your lungs is 2 to 3 weeks, and your stomach is only 5 days. It's completely rejuvenated. Now, what does that translate to you? That every single DNA strand that we have and cells has the ability to recreate, so reproduce itself. So when it reproduces, it takes the genetic coding, your DNA coding, and embeds that in so that the cell has a memory. So whatever issues that you have this year can be healed, can be corrected if it's properly rejuvenated, if you're able to bring back to the source, if you're able to reconnect to the source. So the memory, the cell is not contaminated, and the cell can reproduce to its original genetic coding. And that is very clearly explained in the science of epigenetics. So in order for the healing to happen, we only need three things. We need lots of life force energy that's available in the environment. The environment we live in has the powers and the ability to heal anything, not just heal anything, but even give you the energy to expand yourself to any level of intelligence. So, in order for the healing to happen, you need life force energy. You need the body, mind, and spirit as one. You need that what we call the core focus, concentration. And that's all you need in order for that to happen. And why this subject is very important today, honestly, is because everyone needs energy healing. Everyone needs energy healing. I mean, look back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there's no gyms. But now you look every nook and corner, every neighborhood corners, there's a lot of gyms. Why? Because people are not exercising enough in today's lifestyle, and so they need to exercise, and that's where gyms are created. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you don't see any spas. Now you see spas practically every corner, in every part of the world. Why? Because people need to relax and rejuvenate, and that's why the demand is there. Likewise, we feel that energy healing is not just a feeling, it is a notion that everybody needs energy healing, everybody needs healing and rejuvenation on a regular basis, because we live in a world today which is highly competitive world. Our lifestyle is contaminated, our environment is contaminated, and we live a very exhilarating life where we exert a lot more energy than we intake of energy. You spend $100 and you earn $10. It's like that. That's the energy level that's happening right now in today's world. We exert more energy than intake of energy, and that causes this major issues. And that's why we believe that this approach of AFT Quantum Healing will bring about the energy and the wellness, the vitality to every individual in today's world. So I hope you understand the first few topics of today's webinar, that is on energetic wellness, the genetic healing potentials we have, and how disorders are created. So remember again, regardless of what issue you have, the cause of the problem is lack of energy in your body, energetic disturbance or conflicts, and energy blockages that happens. These are the reasons. And if you were to focus based on the quantum theory, if you were to engage actively, your body can source the energy from the environment and heal. And not just heal, it can also expand. You can expand your mental, emotional, and even physical capacity at a much higher level by leveraging on the life force energy that exists in today's world. So, do you have any questions right now? Who's
yes. Just puzzled with this amazing power of energy healing and how the body is structured. Really, this is something that makes us every day discover something new in our energetic structure. The energy healing, so far, I know that there are so many now alternative centers and many of our partners that started doing this in a regular basis. So that's already started. So I hope that this will propagate in the next few years. Concerning one question, which often asked by some of our friends, what is unique about this AFT quantum healing that we talk about?
That's a beautiful question, and the next couple of slides that Adnan is going to start sharing, he's going to definitely touch on this particular question. So let's wait for Adnan. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, take it away.
So here we are going to talk about quantum healing. In fact, before going into AFT quantum healing, let us understand what is quantum healing. Because the sound quantum, it sounds like enigmatic. One of my friends, she's a hypnotherapist, asked me, why AFT quantum healing? Why is it quantum? Why not just the AFT healing? So this is just like an answer for that. Basically, the quantum healing is healing the body and mind from the quantum level, a level which is not manifest at the sensory level. In other words, we can call it like a cellular healing. Quantum healing involves a shift in the fields of energy and information so as to bring about a correction in an idea that has gone wrong. As we discussed earlier, all the problems in our body and mind starts from the energy imbalance and energy distortions and energy depletions. So the quantum healing helps the body to get enough amount of energy to the cellular or to the quantum level that can bring about the homeostasis. So the intention of the observer changes and creates the outcome of how quantum behaves. At the subatomic level, when we observe something, we change its outcome. So the intention is everything. There has to be an intention from the healer side to get rid of the problem and an active participation which helps a lot in the quantum healing. These extraordinary forms of quantum healing are related to understandings of quantum physics and of consciousness. Just as quantum physics aims to drive physical phenomena normally hidden at a subatomic level, so quantum healing is directed to healing the body and mind from a deep, unmanifest level of consciousness. We all know our body is nothing but a condensed form of energy, and we all need the life force energy to keep us alive, to keep us active, and to keep us disease free, or to keep us in a balanced state of energetic wellness. So only through quantum physics or the approach of quantum principles of human body, we can see a complete healing responses, the real solution and the real diagnosis and all these. So the mind and body are expressions of this profound consciousness known as quantum mechanical body, according to Dr. Deepak Chopra. So it means the scientists and the quantum physicists have already confirmed the depth of the relationship between our consciousness and physical body and mind. It reminds me once Dr. Konstantin Korotkov, who is a quantum physicist and the inventor of GDV, gas discharge visualization machine, he said he gave a wonderful definition to the famous equation of Albert Einstein that E is equal to mc square. Energy equals to mass multiplied by the speed of light squared. That is the actual definition given by Albert Einstein. But Korotkov says E represents consciousness or mind. M, which is mass, it represents the physical body. And C, which is the light, it represents soul. So how true it is, very, very true. This new interpretation of E is equal to mc square equation sounds perfect with the current approach of quantum healing. Now we are going to discuss all about AFT quantum healing. AFT quantum healing. What is AFT quantum healing? AFT quantum healing refers to quantum healing leveraging on energized products without the interference or manipulations of any individual. Just like using light to conduct light therapy or music to conduct sound therapies, AFT quantum healing uses specialized AFT energized products that resonate at 0-point field. In AFT quantum healing, the AFT quantum energy products are used as a conduit for universal life force energy with some specific therapeutic movements which activates and aligns the energy centers or chakras and facilitate the biofield to cleanse, charge, and source the life force energy. The whole process not only brings relaxation and pain relief, but also allows for deep healing on mental, emotional, and the spiritual dimensions. AFT quantum healing can be facilitated by even an inexperienced person as long as he or she has the intention to heal and willingness to follow the simple procedures and protocols. Now here, the AFT quantum healing, there are four major elements. One is healer. Here, healer means the person who is being healed, because the healing happens within, and it's all about our innate intelligence or innate healing capacity or self-healing process. Now, number two is AFT products. Here we facilitate the healing by leveraging on zero-point resonance tools or products we call AFT products. Then comes the number three, which is protocol. The 10 steps protocol we follow to facilitate the healing, which works on all levels like physical, mental, and emotional dimensions. And the last element, which is the facilitator, it says the facilitator is the key person who is helping with the AFT tools on others for all healing and quantum alignment purposes. Now, let us see what products we use for the AFT quantum healing. We use AFT quantum healing kit, and this AFT quantum healing kit is designed to help facilitate an effective, non-invasive, natural healing and energizing therapy. I will repeat. AFT quantum healing kit is designed to help facilitate an effective, non-invasive, natural healing and energizing therapy. The healing kit is energized and programmed with healing vibratory messages by the latest quantum resonance technology, which is MI's diffusion technology, to resonate at 0-point field. So the healing kit includes some major portions like the new one, which we have recently came out with. One is the organized crystal cone, which works like an antenna to source the life force energy. And another one is the AFT quantum healing disc, which are programmed with vibratory messages, which helps in the quantum alignment and all these stuff. So, and we have some new items like a healing mist and some other stuff apart from the wand and all these. So that is the detail, which almost 12 items will be there, including the manual and workbook and all. Now, AFT quantum healing kit, it acts as a life force energy catalyst for boosting, cleansing, and balancing and undoing all mental, emotional imbalances and healing discomforts like fatigue, stress, and tiredness, etc. Recently, I had met one quantum physicist. She is a quantum mathematician also. She is a well-known personality. If we even Google up, she is one among the top 30 smartest people alive. And she was telling me, Adnan, you guys are 10 years ahead of time. Now, the quantum physicists are working on the connection between the neuroscience and the quantum entrainment, how the whole quantum entrainment works on the neuroscience. This is what is really happening now. So we are really much years ahead of time. And any questions I can expect? Yeah, there is one question I can see. What is the uniqueness in AFT quantum healing? Very good question. In fact, there are three major things. One is anyone can facilitate the healing without going through years of practice or learning. They just need to go through a 10 steps protocol properly, that's all. And another thing, the uniqueness what we see is like in AFT quantum healing, we use the AFT energized products to facilitate the healing, and hence there is no manipulations of energy done, unlike other holistic modalities. In some modalities, they use their body as a device to channel the energy for healing, which may have some adverse effect. So, and another major uniqueness is AFT quantum healing is a complete self-healing process where we are allowing the person who is being healed to heal by himself. This process not only helps him to come out of physical issues, but even mental and emotional issues. So this is the answer to the question. Yes.
Mr. Adnan, I have a question which I was asked so often. So many experts in energy healing want to know about AFT quantum healing, and they ask if they can incorporate it and combine it with other modalities. Will it work?
It's a very good question. The same question has come to me also when I was meeting a lot of holistic healing practitioners. So my answer is better not. We should not combine, because AFT quantum energy healing by itself is a complete process. If they really wanted to use their modality, let them use either before or after the session. No need to combine with the AFT quantum healing session. That's my answer for that.
Well,
That's a
thanks.
very good,
Any other question?
yeah, that's a very good answer. And I'd like to add on to what Adnan was sharing about the AFT quantum healing itself. The uniqueness in the AFT quantum healing is actually the energized products, the AFT quantum technology energized products. That MIS Vision technology is our own proprietary technology where we are able to get the products, energize the products at 0 point energy resonance. That 0 point energy resonance is the life force energy that we need, that any living quantum, any living being needs, and that's where correction happens. The coding is, the genetic coding of healing is already within us. I already shared that earlier, the healing powers we have. And with the facilitation of this technology, that's where amazing healing happens. Right, so with that, I'd like to continue to share how does it work. I know this is the question that's in your mind, is share with me, how AFT quantum healing works. Simple. The body needs the concentration of the individual. Why? I just mentioned earlier to you on the healing powers that at the quantum level, at the subatomic level, remember our body, if you break down the cells, atoms, you break the atoms, you have electrons, protons, and neutrons. So remember what I say at the quantum level, that subatomic particles, at the quantum level, particles react to the level of the observer, meaning to say you can manifest that change or enforce the change or the correction. So the body needs the concentration of the individual's, his or her intention to heal, attitude to actively participate in the healing therapy, and AFT quantum tools strategically placed and someone, the facilitator, with passion and interest to facilitate can bring about amazing healing results. That result is done by nature. It's not done by the session or the product. It's actually nature. That's innate intelligence that we already have. So the AFT quantum disc is an effective tool for healing because of the principle of resonance and entrainment theory. In physics, entrainment theory is a process where two vibrating objects vibrating at a different speed start to vibrate at the same speed when energy is transferred between the two objects. I'm sure you come across the tuning fork theory and so on. All right, when you hit on one fork, the other fork start to vibrate the same resonance of the other one. On that same basis, what happens is that when we use the quantum disc, which is resonating a life force energy resonance, and when we put the subject into a deep state of consciousness, and that's where the quantum disc resonance is able to encapsulate the resonance of the individual and start vibrating at the same level, bringing about the entrainment, bringing about the energetic resonance that actually helps to improve. In another way, let me give you in a very simple layman theory, okay? Now, suppose you are sweaty, wet, or muddy. Let's say that you feel so dirty. Your body feels so dirty. What do? You take a shower. So when you take a shower, the water sweeps away the dirt, and it also energizes and rejuvenates you, and you come out of the shower feeling fresh. That particular change happens at the physical level. It also happens at the emotional level, because when the water rushes through your body, passes through your body, you have that sensation that also have a uplifting ways that sometimes, I'm sure most of you have had this experience of being tired and taking a shower and coming out fully refreshed and rejuvenated. The same concept is applied here in AFT quantum healing, is when we use the products and place it where you get the maximum resonance, and that's where you go through that what we call the energetic cleansing, balancing, and charging in AFT quantum healing. Cleansing, balancing, and charging, because what happens at the first level is the level of imbalances, and that's where we need to correct the source of the problem, which I've shared in my earlier slides. For those who have just came in late, we already covered on that particular topic on how imbalances are created and that translate into disorders. So not only that, the orgonite crystal antenna, which is basically the one that attracts the life force energy, and life force energy already exists in our environment. But in order for the body to tap on, it's like your radio. You know, you need to tune on to the right channel in order to get that frequency set, and then you're able to hear the transmission. So likewise, the quantum disc and the organite crystal antenna placed over an entrained AFT quantum disc allows the flow of life force energy to all discs placed strategically on the body. So with the abundance of life force energy created in an environment, we call it a vortex. When we place the three to the subject, we are basically creating an energy vortex. And that energy vortex is realized by the biofield that we already have. Our biofield is able to clear the distortions, cleanse, charge, and rejuvenate our energetic dimensions, thereby improving the state of our physical ability and also the healing and so on. This can be achieved further, besides placing the disc and so on, with the proper protocol. That's where the 10-step protocol comes in, the 7-point wanding on every single energy centers, and also completing with the M1 acupressure. This is what we coined as what we call the AFT quantum healing therapy. One of the key components of the AFT quantum healing is bringing the subject to the theta state of rejuvenation, theta state of healing. That's the state of healing. Normally, when you're awake and you're doing your day-to-day work and so on, you're engaged, that you are normally in what we call a beta state. Your beta state is between 40 to 30 hertz. That's a normal state, or what we call awake state, your conscious state, all right? A slightly lower state of lower resonance is 9 to 13 hertz. That's called the alpha state. Alpha state is a state of relax. Normally, that's a state you imagine thing. That's the state that sometimes you self-evaluate yourself, you daydream, you visualize, and these are the state of alpha state. Theta state is a state of deep meditation. It's a state between awake and asleep. You know, sometimes you're lying down and you're so focused, but you're not asleep. That's a theta state. It's about 4 to 8 hertz. It's a shamic state. Fence between your conscious and your subconscious being, all right, at that level. And of course, delta state is 1 to 3 hertz, where it's a deep, dreamless sleep, unconscious state. So in the AFT quantum healing therapy, the facilitator is trained, and the facilitator facilitates the subjects to come to a theta state. Do you know something? If you ask anyone, what do they want in life? All right. If you ask anyone, what do they want in life? And they'll tell you, oh, you know, I want money, I want success, I want to be happy, I want love, laughter, and all those things. And eventually, if you look at the means, why they want that, that leads to only one state of peace of life's fulfillment, that peaceful state. That's peaceful state is what you will realize in healing, and it's a unique state. As you hear the rest of the protocol that I'm going to share and so on, you'll understand why I mean. But let me recap back for those who just came in. Remember that we are a bundle of condensed energy. Everything within and around us is energy, and we have the healing powers at the level of quantum. At the level, we have the healing powers because our cells have 3 major functions: intake of nutrients, elimination of waste, production of a new cell. And I showed there's a lot of scientific proof to prove that our body completely transformed to a new cell, to a new body within 365 days. And as it transforms, when you reproduce new cells and when you allow your body to reproduce or rejuvenate, you are able to bring back to the state of homeostasis, give it enough energy so you're able to expand your mental, emotional, spiritual, and even physical existence to a higher level. And that's possibilities in the AFT quantum healing. So far, any questions? Please type in at the chat box so that we can answer your questions along the way pertaining to today's topic. So if you have any questions, what about you guys? Any questions or anything that you want to add on?
Yeah, we have a question coming.
Share?
We have a question coming here.
Can
Which is
work on all the people?
I will answer Adnan's question. Can this work on all people? It not just people, it work on any living system. Any living system, be it an animal, fish, bird, or even human being. So why? Because of course, when you apply AFT quantum healing therapy, obviously only humans has the intelligent command, the facilitator's command to go in, but healing happens at any level to any living being. So yes, it can be applied across the board to all, from children to elderlies and so on. Obviously, when you facilitate this healings to elderlies, it brings about a miracle change because of the energy rejuvenation they get compared to children's. But children's again are very sensitive to energy. They can sense it. They can be empowered easily also.
We have another question coming here. Another question coming. She's saying, can I do AFT quantum healing on myself? I think that already Adnan answered this. He showed that there are 4 main components of the whole process, and normally we have the healer, we have the process, the products, and we have the healing kit. Sorry, we have the process and the facilitator. So normally it could not be applied on oneself.
Yeah, you're right. AFT quantum healing is something that you apply or you help facilitate to another person. For me personally, I like to be healed. I like to that state. I always love somebody to put me in that state. Obviously, I also have practiced some sessions where I can go into the state of healing myself. And but I like to be babysit. I like.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I tried it myself, and it was really a very amazing experience. AFT Quantum Healing is a thorough protocol, and the healer and the facilitator go through the healing journey of 10 steps. And this healing journey includes cleansing, includes charging, includes rejuvenation, and so on. All these processes happens. We have to make sure that everything is ready beforehand. In the 10 steps, which I'm going to describe right now, I think that we have the manual which we provided with the kit, and it is of great help. It includes worksheets which could be printed and photocopied, and we follow the process. First, as you can see, we identify the issue, whether it is emotional or physical. We designed a set of questions to help identify this issue easily. So, for example, for a pain, we need to identify the level on a scale from 1 to 10. Then we need to establish both parties' intention. Both parties' intention is very important. This is the second step, and establishing this intention prepares the healer mentally and allows him or her to undergo the self-healing process. Next, energetic hygiene preparation. This is another practice. AFT quantum healing, quantum energy healing includes a practice called energy hygiene, which is rarely found, and we have to focus on this. It's rarely found in other healing modalities, because that's why we call ourselves unique. So the energetic hygiene preparation is a set of practices intended to keep the energy tank full, such as applying the therapeutic oil on the back of the neck and the area of concern, drinking a glass of energized water, body and mind sync, energy cleansing in general, breathing practices, placing the discs and the organite crystal cone, covering the eyes, so on. These practices are rarely found in other healing processes, as I mentioned. By the way, we have to make sure that the AFT entrained healing discs are carefully placed on the forehead, as we can see here in the figure. On the forehead, on the right hand palm, on the left hand palm, and the fourth one should be under the organite crystal cone. AFT quantum healing, the facilitator works with the subtle anatomy of the body known commonly as the chakras. Also on the meridian points and aura, to restore this natural balance and harmony by using AFT products. So the next step is wanding on the 7 points or the 7 energy centers or the 7 chakras. Step 1, for example, is called provocation, to activate all energy centers. This is a type of tapping on the top of the head. Then we start wanding the 7 points from crown chakra down to the root. For example, point number 2, for example, here is related directly to the pituitary gland. Then we do the whole body wanding just by rotating the arm wand over the whole body. Energy release. Energy release is a fingertip energy releasing is another important procedure in AFT quantum healing, where cleansing happens. Each and every finger on our hands are the exit points of our energy system. We use the arm wand to press gently on the tip of each finger and flip out to help the energy release. Then we repeat the 7-point wounding. We repeat it twice, applying a little pressure with the arm wand on the sacred point. This is called the acupressure at the sacred point. So the first part created after conception is the belly button. It is connected to over 72,000 veins or nadis, which makes it the focal point on our body. And I remember that Mr. Arun said that he enjoys this and he likes this so much. Then we have also some other steps that we need to, like, for example, we spray the healing mist, and the last step we do the breathing app. This is to bring the healer into the conscious state again. In the meantime, we give some positive affirmations, like, for example, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am energized, I am energized. It's an amazing experience. Really, it's amazing for both the healer and the facilitator too. With this very wonderful and very powerful protocol, anyone can facilitate healing. That's how we talk about this process in a very simple way. We didn't go deep into details. We just gave the broad image. If you have any questions, please ask and do.
Yeah, I would like to add on to what Chukri was sharing, that the 10-step, what we covered so far is not in details, it's just giving you the overview. But the depth of it, it's something that you need to experience it, and even as facilitators, we enjoy the experience all the time when we work on people. And it's a unique experience because it's very uplifting. I would say very empowering and uplifting at a very, very, very deep level because of the way the protocol and the therapy is been performed, where we sometimes we don't realize our intelligence. We sometimes we take it for granted. So but when we allow the expansion, when we see the expansion happen, how simple things can trigger a lot of things. For example, right now, if I were to ask you to close your eyes and squeeze a lemon, just imagine squeezing a lemon into your mouth will start to salivate. So just a simple visual memory can actually allow your physical translation, a physical reaction that can happen. So in AFT Quantum Healing Therapy, it works. We work at a sub level where it engages both your emotional, your mental, and your physical, even at your spiritual levels. Having that connection and having that empowerment happens. So that's the uniqueness of this 10-step. As far as the question is concerned, I want to throw a question that most of the time asks, how many sessions do a person need to go through in order to see results? Would you want to share, Chokri?
Yeah, it depends, because this is a self-healing. And it goes, as you told us, it goes deep into the energetic structure of the person, and it depends on his age. It depends on the energetic disbalances that he already has. So in some cases, from the first session, we feel a great improvement, and some other cases need multiple sessions to recover.
Okay, great. Any other questions? What about you, Adnan? Do you have anything to share?
Yeah, the same question. What I had also, whether it can work on all the people. The answer is saying like this, that it helps in many ways energetically. That's my answer. I always get it. It helps in many ways energetically. At the first place, in terms of cleansing and aligning and energy centers and chakras and all these. Because since the quantum alignment is done with the AFT disc during the facilitation process, majority of the people who have many health issues or pain can feel the difference immediately. But some major health and wellness issues, they might take some multiple sessions. This is the same what Chukri was answering. Same thing what I answered the people as well.
Okay, that's great. So let me summarize the AFT Quantum Healing, the protocol or the steps that happen within that. The first part is self-analysis. This is very, very important because the person, the healer, have to take initiative, have to realize. In fact, there's a saying that 50% of the issues get resolved when you start to accept it. When you focus on it and when you realize it. normally issues disappear. So self-analysis is one major aspect of AFT quantum healing. The energetic cleansing, it's not just the word, is the actions that are happening behind that word. So many things, simple things like having a glass of energized water with Emsole brine in it. That because it activates every single cell. It charges your whole entire body into a battery system, electrode, the charge that happens within the system. That happens, the spray, even the breathing countdown, how the facilitator actually facilitates the person to breathe down to the theta state, the mind and body sync. You should try the mind and body sync. It's like, imagine somebody is sleeping and you have to wake him up. What do? You call out his name, you shout out, and sometimes you hold the body and you shake the body, you kind of awake the body. So in mind and body sync is sometimes our emotions and our physical body is not aligned, or we're thinking something and our desire is somewhere else. Again, we are not aligned. And in body and mind sync, it's all about bringing the mental, emotional, and physical alignment into one, so that every single senses is activated, every single cells is activated, is tuned to your cognitive essence, cognitive thoughts, your powers, and also engage emotionally to your senses. It's a phenomenal system just doing mind and body sync itself. Then you have the 7-point bonding, as what Chokri was sharing. In every single major energy centers, there is a gland, and basically we are activating and energizing the gland. One of the important part there is the acupressure bonding, which is basically you're pumping your body with life force energy, you're charging your body with life force energy. You go through a lot of conscious meditation, self-hypnosis, guided affirmations. That's beautiful guided affirmations. Sometimes when you're in the state of ecstasy, when you're state in high energy, your mind goes blank, and this is where intelligence need to be poured in, what we call embed you with positiveness, embed you with proper energy enhancement, and that's what we call the energy empowerment. And this what happens in the 10-step protocol, So if you look from research point of view, look at on the left side, you'll see the biofield with a lot of distortions. And the biofield distortion can translate into some disorders or discomforts in the body itself. From this image, left image, I can easily relate some of the issues this person particularly has. A migraine problem, also a slight migraine problem. Definitely his legs are weak, especially in the ankles and the knees area. He also has energy blockages. This person will have a backache problem and so on, or may have a backache problem and so on. Not only that, his heart and liver is also overworked, I would say, in a state of inflammation or low energy, something like that. And after just one session of AFT quantum healing, this is the change in the energy level that the person goes through. And like what Chokri says is sometimes a lot of issues are created over years and you don't expect an overnight result. It's not like cutting out your hand. So you have to allow healing to happen, and sometimes it can only happen after a couple of regular sessions on a regular basis. Then again, depending on the person's issue. In AFT quantum healing, when you go through the 10 protocol, basically the facilitator is first working at a physical body. From the physical body is engaging you on an emotional level. From the emotional level, it engages you at the mental level. From the mental level, the facilitator guides you to your consciousness, and from your consciousness go to your subconsciousness. And that's where the healing, the energetic empowerment happens. Nothing is done without your conscious submission and with your core intentions in place. No manipulation is done. Nothing is forced upon you through this facilitation. It only guides you, and the level of empowerment is done by the subject by itself, depending on what level he wants to play and what level he wants to empower himself. And of course, we allow the body to heal by itself, and this whole AFT quantum healing is all about that facilitation for that healing to happen. So AFT quantum healing brings about a variety of health benefits. Let me just share with you some. Helps to clear energy blockages, imbalances, helps to better meditation, manifestation, and concentration, helps to reduce stress, fatigue, and depression, supports supports continual and concentration healing, improve metabolism, boost overall energy level, aids cellular rejuvenation and age reversal, helps you to stay young, be young, and so on. And also chakra activation and alignment to improve immunity, pain relief, and accelerates recovery of wounds and fractures. And lastly, helps to get cognitive focus, better concentration, and clarity. So AFT quantum healing is not just meant for sick people. No, it also meant for any ordinary people to be enhanced or energized so that their performance level can expand and can increase. That's the whole idea. So it works at all level, at all person, from youngsters right up to elderlies or seniors. And that's why we say everyone needs energy healing today. Everyone. Why? We live in a fast-paced world today where everyone is living a stressful life in a polluted environment which constantly drains our energy away. Honestly, if I were to explain to you in a financial term, imagine spending $100 and earning $10 a day. And that's what's happening to our energy level, and that's why more and more people are getting sick, because they are not eating right, they are not aware of their energetic level, and they exert more energy than they intake. This highly stressful state and physical exhaustions lead to lack of energy, energy blockages, energy balances that eventually translates into disorders, and when not corrected, results in diseases. So imbalances and disorders are inevitable in today's life that we live. That's why regular energy healing allows that imbalances and disorders to be corrected regularly so that we can live a disease-free life. So just like going to a gym, going to a spa to relax and rejuvenate, the time has come for people to attend regular energy sessions to remove the imbalances and restore the energy and vitality. So just like taking shower, just like going to a gym, just like going to spas, everyone needs energy healing today, and it's nothing more that demand is growing. This demand is increasing regularly, and we see in the near future more people wants, but what is lacking today is we are not having enough energy healers or energy facilitators to allow this healing processes to happen. And this is where the economics of demand is there. What do you guys have to share about this? Any questions or anything that you want to add on to that?
So far, many of our facilitators have done or have been doing it on hundreds and thousands of people worldwide, and we are getting very good feedback on AFT Quantum Healing. So we will be soon posting some testimonials on our site as well. And we request all our facilitators currently on our webinar, please provide us written or video testimonials from your clients who have undergone sessions and have felt remarkable results. This is my request to all of our members on the webinar.
Okay. Adnan, share your experience. I mean, you have worked with a lot of people. You have even worked with a lot of doctors and even other specialists on some peculiar cases. You are one good example. You have worked with even quantum physicists on AFT quantum healing therapies and so on. So what is your intake? What's your experience? What would you tell to someone that, who wants or has an idea to become another facilitator?
Honestly, I had run many sessions, and during the session even I had a chance to perform AFT Quantum Healing on so many VIPs in many countries. And what they have always been sharing me is like, I felt that I'm at the top of the mountain, and all these, the peacefulness, the healing, the revitalization, the rejuvenation, all these, this is the main feedback what I get from the people. Most of the people. Even I had a chance with one lady, as I told you, a quantum physicist. She is in fact a quantum neurologist as well, a brain scientist also, a vice chancellor of some brain university somewhere in UK or something. She was sharing with me, once I went through the whole thing, because I worked on her, then she was telling me, it's like, I got some kind of a rebooting of my whole system. This is a wonderful experience, testimonial I have ever heard, but I could not document it. But eventually, in due course, I will document it very soon with her permission. And a lot of wonderful testimonials I have got. Some I have already documented, which we will be putting onto our site.
Okay, great. Chokri, what about you? Your experience as a facilitator, you also have to train a lot of facilitators in other languages and so on. So what would you like to add your experience?
I'll start from your last point, which is training so many facilitators in other languages, whether in Arabic or in French. And the one of the best feedback that I received is the easiness of implementing the 10 steps protocol, of using the products. This is a very easy thing, and the easiness of getting results. Most of the AFT facilitators who already started working with the AFT Quantum Healing, they give me great feedback, whether from Sweden, from Algeria, from Australia, from Iraq, and so many other countries where we have the facilitators working in their own centers and they are applying our modality. I have even received some video testimonies from Iraq with great facilitators sharing their experience. The best thing that I like in my own practice, of course, on the healers, on the people who are receiving this, the end of it, most of them, they tell me one word, one magic word, which is the word, I feel peaceful. So that's a great feeling for me as a facilitator when the person tells you that I feel peaceful. Peaceful, it means what? It means, as Adnan mentioned earlier, it means there was a rebooting happened inside him. There was a lot of quantum calculations happened and things like that. So this is one of the things that I enjoy telling people about while I'm doing workshops. Another question I'm asked also is, do you do workshops to help people understand this new modality? Now, for example, here in Dubai, we have physical workshops. We work together with a whole panel of facilitators. Also, in many other countries, I think this is happening.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your sharing, and that's the power of it. And you might be wondering why, if you are listening on to the webinar, why we are sharing about that, because as I mentioned, the demand is ever increasing. And if you have an interest in alternative and holistic healing, if you like to help your loved ones with energy healing, if you like to serve people, just serve people, then you might be interested to be an expert in energy healing. And if you want to be one, we'd like to introduce you to AFT facilitator. And you can be an AFT facilitator very easily. Everyone who actually and they attempted to, none of them failed. It's just your interest, that alone, and your support system. All you have to do is purchase an AFT healing kit. The AFT Healing Kit comes with complete tools, that is rehabilitation, your workbook, comprehensive workbook, and a 5-module online training program. This online training program is hosted on the AFT Academy, a simple but yet powerful program. It's a video tutorial. You just have to listen to each module, each tutorial again and again, and answer some questions so that we can evaluate you then, so that you can move on to the next module, and then you finish the complete module and you do the basic report back. We'll give you a certification, and we also provide a monthly AFT facilitator webinar and also a one-on-one online support. So at any point of time, if you're a facilitator, regardless of any part of this world, you can easily connect through the technology, talk to our trainers, consultants, and so on, so that we can support you remotely, even personally and physically if it's possible, so that you are able to go out there and help as many people as possible. And you can even make it as a profession. I know of a lot of facilitators who are actually charging anything from $50 to $100 per facilitation of this AFT Quantum Healing. That depends on you, when you know at what level and what value you want to do. I know of someone who does like $250 per session, all right, per session. That, the clientele, that person has. So it's easy for you to become a facilitator if you have a lot of interest. And every kit allows 2 facilitators. You can always partner with your spouse or with your colleague or friend, or find another like-minded person to share your kit. And each kit, you can have 2 facilitators that can be trained, and eventually you can move up the ladder to become an AFT practitioner. That's a professional program and train other facilitators and practitioners and so on. So if you're interested, look into that AFT Healing Kit. You can just drop us a message. We can contact you and share with you more on the healing kit, the contents of the healing kit, the tools that you get and so on. It is now on offer of $799 only. It usually costs $999, so you have a $200 off. And when you finish your facilitation, when you pass, we'll give you a certificate, a digital certificate. And if you need a physical certificate, we're able to do that. So you can actually get into. We have to share with you. It's an awesome experience. Yes, go ahead, Adnan.
Do you conduct practical sessions or workshops on AFT Quantum Healing?
That's a very good question. Yes, a lot of people have been asking for that. That depends on the numbers. Yes, we are doing currently. We're doing in Dubai, and we will start very soon in the US next year. We're going to start that, and we can do it in any country provided we can have a minimum number. About 15 people to attend the AFT Facilitator 1-day workshop. In fact, the 1-day workshop is a much enough remote setup for you to start off, but the 1-day workshop is good. If you go to AFT Healing Academy, you can find a new page on the 1-day workshop itself, on the details. And next year, especially in 2019, we hope to work with any individuals, with all our facilitators around the world, to introduce this workshop soon in many countries. So we're looking for that for next year, 2019. It has been very, very interesting. If you have any concerns, questions, if you want to know more how to be an AFT facilitator, if you want to know more about the AFT products and so on, chat with us. Go to afthealing.com, right on the bottom right-hand corner. Chat with us. Call our customer service support. Send us a private message or even email us, and we're looking forward to connect with you because we want to grow our community. We want to have more and more people able to energize themselves and energize the people. Now, before I end the program, I like and before I let my buddies also, thank you out and so on, I want to share this particular quote for today to end this webinar. Your thoughts creates the focus. Your focus channels your energy. Your energy manifest your reality. So your reality of life is directly and indirectly created through your thoughts. So if you want to expand your reality, if you want to change your reality, or even bring it to a next level, go back and look at your thoughts, because your thoughts creates the focus. Your focus, what are you regularly focused, is where your energy is channeled. And where your energy is channeled is where the manifestation happens. So I thank you very much for joining us in today's webinar. My pleasure again and again to share, and I'm always passionate about that. And thank you so much for being with us in this webinar. Look out for more and more of such programs soon. And you, Adnan and Chokri, please.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. And it's our pleasure to have you all here. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you so much, Really. It was a great experience with you. Thank you for all the attendees and everyone who is interested in this modality. Please feel free to contact us. We will help anyone. This is something universal, and we would like to spread it all over the world. Thank you so much, and see you in 2019, the next webinar.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and till we meet again, may the energy be with you. Thank you.